How was the face-off? That was the quickest face-off in history.
4 interviews. Everybody know I don't like talking. You know, I'd rather do my talking in the ring, you know, with my hands. The face-off, all that stuff, I don't care about that stuff. I can't hit him, you know, or I get fined. But, you know, I like to do my talking in the ring. You know, all that stuff is just prolonging, you know, till when we get in the ring. That's all I want to do is fight.
Your eagerness is up from yesterday. You were more calm, cool, collected yesterday. Is it because he's in your presence?
Yeah.
And you couldn't wait at the same time?
Yeah. I've been waiting over 10 weeks for this. And, you know, it's every time I see my opponent, that's just how I get. But like I said, I'm ready. I'm more than ready for this fight. Me, my dad, and Coach Cunningham had a great training camp. And like I said, I'm sharp, and y'all will see July 28th.
You holding great restraint. I mean, Brian Custer asked maybe 2, possibly 3 questions about Earl Spence, and you have a red belt on your shoulder. I would, as Coach Cunningham, I would deem that as disrespectful.
I mean, them is fights that he won. You can't tell him that he don't want them fights. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that's a little bit out of the league. Earl Spence, come on now. You know, but like I said, it's still a fight, July 28th. And after I win that fight, he can call out whoever he want to call out.
Who would you want to fight next? Let's talk about what you want to do after this win, if you win.
It don't matter. Like I said, after this fight, you know, we will sit down and see what the best next move is for me and my career. There you have it.
You gonna fight Spence after this?
No, that's my brother. That's my brother. I won't fight Spence.
Robert, what advice has AED given you, knowing that he fought Mikey Garcia not too long ago?
You next from Toledo?
You know, AB just told me to be myself. He didn't give me no input on that fight. He just told me to be myself, fight my fight.
Yesterday you talked about shooting down on your skills and your advantages, and you know, without giving away the complete game plan, can you elaborate on those advantages?
I'm tall, fast, good footwork. You know, what more can I say? You know what I'm saying? Mikey's his fighter. You know, he fights at his pace. There's really no blueprint. Like I said, I'd rather do the talking in the ring.
Robert, as you wind down these last 48 hours before you head into the ring, what do you normally like to do? What's your process, your mental process as you prepare for the battle?
Eating and getting something to drink. Just staying focused, you know. I stay up. I watch all my favorite fighters. Just see what greatness they bring to the ring, and you know what I can bring out of myself. Fight.
Robert, will this victory mean more to you knowing that you're going to fight in Mikey's hometown in California?
You said what?
If you pull up the victory this Saturday night at Mikey's hometown, will this mean more significant, the victory, knowing that it's in his hometown?
Oh, of course, you know, of course. But like I said, it don't matter where we fought at, you just gonna get this out of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than focused, I'm sharp, and I'm ready to go. I don't believe so.
Who are some of your favorite fighters?
Man, it's a list. Coming from Nell Whitaker, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Roy Jones, Earl Spence, Andre Ward, of course Adrian Bronner. Javante Tank Davis is one of my favorite youngest fighters, and Shakur Stevenson. It's plenty of names, plenty to name, man. It's plenty to name.
I find that
you usually have a good amount of people from Ohio coming out to see your fights. Is it any different being on enemy territory this time? Or are you expecting the people to come out again?
Oh, they're still coming out. They're still coming out. You know, they got their flights and they keep hitting me up, talking about they coming. So, you know, you will see Toledo in the building. Ohio, exactly.
Will your son be there? Or?
No, my son. No, I didn't want my son here. You know, he's still too young. He wouldn't handle that flight that well.
As reporters, we always ask fighters, hey, if you're in the same camp with the fighter, did they give you any wisdom? What advice did they give you? How often does that really happen? You know, I'm here in the same camp, but on the average, how often do you sit around and say, hey, we have this fight coming up, try this, try that? Like, does that happen, or is it just like a canned answer?
It is, you know. I was in camp with Devin Alexander. You know, he's giving me pointers here and there. You know, hey, B and Tank, they're not in camp just yet. You know, but we talked on the phone every other day. You know, they give me pointers. Just stay sharp. You know, stay fight your fight.
Robert, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. What happens in sparring? What happens in a fight?
All y'all know what Tank brings, man. Tank is a monster. Tank is a monster. But that fight is for years to come. You know, let the fighters, you know, keep building their records, and you will have a big mega fight.
What are your thoughts of Vasily Lomachenko? Have you watched him at all?
Yeah, I watched him. He's a talented fighter. You know, it's a lot of talent coming from that camp and for him. And yeah, he's a talented fighter.
One of my biggest moments of you is when you won your strap and you got that phone call from Haymon. Can you elaborate on getting that phone call versus your journey coming up? Because I'll tell you, I was watching the TV and I got not emotional from a crying standpoint, but just from an emotional standpoint, like I just saw a black man make it. You get a phone call from Haymon, it's like, wow, you got the phone call, you know what I mean?
Me and Al have been building our relationship since before, you know, and I told him, man, anything you throw my way, I'm gonna be ready, and just give me a chance, and you know, Al Haymon made it happen for me.
Did you have a chance to see your video play on the wall of Staples Center and see the posters everywhere?
No. I've been in my room. I'm staying focused. I'm locked in, man. I'm too locked in. I'm not worried about none of that, you know.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Robert, we know you're putting the city of Toledo on your back. I came from out there doing a show there. Can you talk a little bit about just what the city's meant for you since, you know, when you're in college and you decided to go full route to boxing and where you are now? And obviously,
what cities?
What's up?
What cities? You said cities?
Well, yeah, just what this means to the city of Toledo for you. And we know you're fighting with just everything that's taken place since day one at the Staples Center to the 28th. Just tell me about the little city of Toledo.
You know, my city's a small city. You know, it's hard to stay focused on your dreams and how small it is because you know it's plenty of distractions and the streets can you know sweep you off your feet. But you know, luckily I had a great family and a great father like I have, Robert Senior, and it just kept me in the gym and kept me focused on my dream. And not only that, you know, I believed in myself. So you know, from that background, I had no choice but to make it.
Do you think you're helping the sport grow in Toledo? I mean, you already have helped the sport grow, but just, I mean,